do part 3. Wait, what? Come on. No. Yes. Jesus Christ. You know what? I'm gonna skip some days of watering my crops because it'll take way too long. I'm gonna eat some of these. Alright. Well. Alright. For the first thing. Oh wow, I actually have a lot more. Good. Okay, the first thing I want to talk about, I'm just going to come out and say it. I fucked up big time in the last part. How? Well, you know how I said that I gave Taro, how I said how like Taro liked grass. So I gave him weeds, thinking that's what the guy meant. Well, apparently, I was getting it mixed up with these things. You know, these things are actually the grass he likes. These chart-shaped things. No. Yeah, I got weeds mixed up with grass because weeds are basically grass, so I thought they were, when they said grass, I thought they were talking about weeds, so I gave him a weed, and, he told me that he hated weeds, right? Well, it turns out weeds are his #1 most hated thing. Like, every villager has their likes and their dislikes, and even, gifts, they are indifferent too. But they have one gift, they are neutral. Not neutral, they have like one gift they like absolutely hate above all, and they have like one gift they absolutely love above all. Well, for Taro, that's the weeds. His #1 most hated gift are weeds. And I gave him one, and it took away 5,000 friendship points. It's called the horror gift. Villager's #1 most hated. Items. Take away 5,000 friendship points. So I fucked up big time, and so now I have to pretty much start from scratch again. The good news is, Taro, he likes pet food. He really likes pet food. And I think it actually I think it's enough to give him 500. Points. So within a few days, we should finally get the fishing rod. Because, like I said, we have to befriend Taro to get it. But yeah, it sucks, but at least I found out that he really likes pet food, so we can give him that. Now, something else I wanted to talk about regarding Papa Louie videos. I'm not sure exactly when I'm gonna get back into making them. However, I did some thinking, and I think I kind of want to just focus on deluxe Papa Louie games. Because to-go ones, you know, they're kind of a pain too. You know, import or export or whatever and upload. In fact, I thought a couple of times that I lost my Wingeria video recordings. I didn't, but I still rather just record the deluxe versions on my computer for now. So what I'm probably gonna do is I'll probably record the next episode of Freezeria Deluxe pretty soon. I'm gonna get some lumber together. Or at least try to. It's easy to pick it up because you have to, drag your pointer on the ground. But yeah, so what I'm probably gonna do is I'll probably release the next episode of Papa's Freezeria Deluxe pretty soon, and then I'll soon after I'll release the first episode of Papa's Pizzeria Deluxe. And I know we only have 2 deluxe games right now, but eventually we are gonna get more. It's just a process. I hope Matt and Tony are working on the next one, whether it be Papa's Burgeria Deluxe or Papa's Cupcakeria Deluxe. I'll be fine with, either or with another one, because they could be working on another deluxe Papa Louie game. But I think Papa's Burgeria Deluxe would be our best bet. Because, it's the most outdated game of them all. Yeah, Papa's Cupcakeria, it's never had any specials, or the food truck, or score details. It's one of 2 games that doesn't have, the specials. The other one, of course, being Papa's Burgeria. But Papa's Burgeria also has never had holidays. Hell, it's never even had custom workers. So, yeah, I think it would be our best bet. I know Matt and Tony tend to usually, keyword being usually, not always, alternate between, sweet and savory. But there are some exceptions. That is something to keep in mind. There have been exceptions to that. Because, the sweet to savory ratio, I don't think it's exactly even, so Oh. Oh my goodness. Okay. I thought they weren't gonna grow because I didn't water them. But yeah, for example, you know, the last two to-go games Matt and Tony made before, you know, moving on to original to-go games, you know, they were both savory games. You know, first they made Papa's Sushiria, then they made Papa's Pastaria to go. So yeah, that is, like I said, that is something to keep in mind. Matter of fact, I think they should just go ahead and release Papa's Burgeria Deluxe if they can. And then they can, you know, start alternating between sweet and savory. For example, they could do Cupcakeria next. Then, I don't know, I think Taco Mia would be the next most outdated one, you know, and so forth and so on. So yeah. We only have 2 deluxe games so far, but eventually we will get more. It'll just be a process. Plus, I'll still be doing other Let's Plays in the meantime. They'll just be the only Papa Louie ones. Did I give Taro his pet food for today? I think I only gave it to him yesterday. Alright, good. Taro and Vaughn. No! Okay, good. We need rain. Okay, how much money do I have? Probably not very much, but probably still some. Yeah, enough to buy a decent batch of lumber. Alright, we'll buy 40. But yeah, I probably won't continue my Wingeria Let's Play. Same with my Scooperia Let's Play. Don't get me wrong, I still enjoy a lot of the to-go games. Papa's Wingeria being, one of my favorite ones, but it's just a pain, to get them, exported and, uploaded. Doing Let's Plays on the computer is a lot easier. So yeah, I mean, I will still play them off screen whenever I'm motivated to, but yeah. When it comes to LPs, I think I'm best off just sticking to the deluxe games. But yeah, hopefully we get our next Papa Louie Deluxe game soon. I feel like it should be right around the corner now. Papa's Pizzeria, I believe. Deluxe. It was released 7 months. 7 or... It was, it was, announced 7 months after Papa's Collectoria. And then, a month later, bringing it 8 months after it, it came out. So, and, it's been almost, 6 months since Jack Smith came out. We also have to keep in mind, Tony was his mother, unfortunately, she did have cancer and, she did pass away. That's another factor to take into consideration. That slowed things down. So, as long as things, are a lot smoother this time around, it should be right around the corner. Our next announcement. I know, I have a feeling we'll probably get Papa's Pizzeria, not Deluxe. When pizzas attack, we'll probably get that sooner rather than later. I don't know if they're gonna do, if that's the next game they're doing, or if they're gonna put out another Deluxe game first. Personally, I think they should put out Papa's Burgeria, either, this year before it ends, or, early next year. And then for the, 10th anniversary, of, I mean not 10th, 20th anniversary of Papa Louie when pizzas attack. You know, they should put that out next year in November. Hold on. Let me see if I got some more money. No. Okay. And, you know, there is going to be... I don't know what part it'll be, but... Eventually, we will start fishing. We just have to befriend Taro first. That's why... I'm so hell-bent on befriending him. Alright. I guess I'll chop up some lumber. Because, you know, it costs 500 to repair the bridge to the meadow. So, yeah, we need a lot. I know. I've said it, but I'll say it again. Collecting lumber will get easier in Sunshine Islands. This game just has, you know, weird controls. Now, if you're playing it on the actual, you know, DS, you know, you use the stylus to move around, not like the direction pad. So on an emulator, that translates to you dragging your pointer, your mouse pointer everywhere. What? Why do I keep seeing flashes outside? I do not know. And unfortunately, I think Ganon is closed Sunday, so we'll try to buy some more lumber tomorrow. For now, we'll just get some more forgeables together for money. And get some of my own lumber. Oh my god. There we go. Alright. But yeah, I don't like it when stores are closed once a week. I get festivals, but you should stay open 7 days a week otherwise. People gotta do business, you know? It's like in real life. You know, there aren't many stores that would just close, you know, once a week. Except for, like, you know, holidays. So don't do it in the games either. Real life doesn't work like that. Unless it's maybe like a, you know, family-owned store or like a local store, but... like, you know, still... I mean, you know, because that's how it is in the game. They're not like store chains. They're like they're family owned or just owned by a particular person. Alright. Sorry if I'm not really saying much. I just don't know what else to talk about. I don't know how close I am to getting the fishing rod. And how close I am to getting the bridge, but I do want to at least make some good progress with those two things in this part. Even if I don't actually get them done, I want to at least get close to them. How is my lumber looking? I need 500 and I have 364. Alright. I should have 463. Right? Wait, no, it still says 364. Maybe it only counts the lumber in your supply shed. I don't know. We're about to. We should hopefully get some turnips harvested, and that will give us a decent amount of money. Foraging is becoming kind of slow because, you know, I guess the game wants you to wait like a couple of days, so, you know, more, you know, herbs, like, you know, the grass can like accumulate, but I've been doing it every day, so I haven't really gotten like a large amount in one day. I'm scared. I don't want to overwhelm myself with watering the crops, but oh my god. Yes! We got the fishing rod, guys! Maybe we'll do some fishing today. Of course I do. We're gonna need to get some fishing done to meet some people. Alright, that gives me something to do. Because, you know, we're only 36 minutes in. I don't want to end it just yet. Aw, don't be sad. Oh my god. I'm kind of nervous about my turnips, to be honest. Okay, I'll water a few and see what happens tomorrow. But you know how it is. We just click the fishing rod in. Now, the fishing in this game, like I told you, is finicky. Okay, good. We caught a fish already. But it can be pretty finicky. See? You can also catch trash in this game, but the good news is, I think it still counts towards Danny and Lana moving in. They're both, you know, they both like to fish. So that's why it's important to, one of the reasons why it's important to fish in this game, because that's how we're gonna unlock them. And I heard that, you know, unlocking all of the main, you know, portraited characters is a requirement for marriage. Even if you're not going for them, you still have to unlock them. For example, I'm going for Vaughn, but we still have to unlock all of the other candidates and portraited characters in general. But yep, we got the fishing rod in this episode. Okay, well, let me put my lumber away. Maybe that will tell me how much I have exactly. We need 500 for the bridge in 10,000 G. get that bridge built. We also have this bridge too, but I feel like I should prioritize the one that, you know, that connects the east part of town to the meadow. Matter of fact, I think I can only do that one anyway, so yeah. It would be nice if I can already get a crop festival undergo, because they're pretty easy to win, all things considered. Okay, one more. Alright. Alright. Ooh, okay, it's Wednesday, so Vaughn is back for today and tomorrow. Good. What's up? Alright. Let's look at our assets. Yep, 500. Alright, let's look at our crops and we'll get some more fishing then. Alright, cool. These are done growing. Yeah, we'll water a few at a time to speed up the process a little bit. I just don't want to, you know, do too much because I gotta put my energy and my stamina into fishing. but not before we ship our 12 turnips. Can I fish here even if it's my watering can spot? Yep. Ooh, an eel. Not bad. Okay. The good news is, I think, you know, anything you catch still counts towards Denny and Lana coming. Not just fish, but just, you know, things you catch with the fishing rod in general. And we'll do some ocean fishing too, because we're gonna need to do that. Not for Denny and Lana, but for background characters. Because a lot of the tasks you do are for background characters, not for like actual main portraited characters. Yeah, see, fishing is finicky. Even if you time it just right, it'll still get away. It has to do with like your degree, like your, you know, your fishing part of your farm degree. It's very punishing if it's like low and you're just beginning. Nice. A record-breaking snakehead. Alright. Alright. I want to get these shipped before the 5 p.m. shipment gets here. Alright, now our second row. I want to catch spawn first, then we'll come back for the turnips. Oh, nice! We got our first rival event, guys. Okay, so I've discussed this before in previous Let's Play episodes, but not in this one, but just in general. But there are rival events in a lot of these Harvest Moon games. And in some Harvest Moon games, they can even get married. We've seen some of that in my Tree of Tranquility episode. I mean, Let's Play, and I'll show that some in my Animal Parade one. But this is another game where they can have rival scenes and get married. Juliet and Elliot, as you see right here, are an example of a rival pairing. Vaughn and Sabrina are another, so I have to be careful. And then Denny and Lana are actually one. So we have to ship 20 items from the mine, which we don't even have unlocked yet, to get Sabrina. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get Vaughn to a purple heart before I get Sabrina in here, or moved in, or moved on the island. That way I don't have to worry about rushing against her for Vaughn. I can, you know, I can secure in my marriage with him without worrying about triggering the events with her. But I'm not going for Elliot, so, you know, this is fine. This is... I want to see the other rivaling events and marry them off to each other. Exactly. Oh yeah, you can also talk to him about it. Hi. Aww. Alright, so Vaughn isn't here right now because we got stuck in a rival event, but when we come back he should be in here. There we go, we're in normal mode again. Alright, we're almost there. We're almost to 10,000 gold and we can get the bridge built. Hold on, let me see something right quick. Sorry. Alright, so Ethan still hasn't commented about the next premiere, but just in case, I still want to wrap this up pretty soon. Alright, and just in case, we are able to get the bridge before the before you get the festival, I'm gonna save the turnip. If we don't get the festival, then I'll just ship it. Because I think the well, at least in Sunshine Islands, the crop festival is happening on the 29th of each month. So yeah. Well, let me collect my daily seaweed. And remember, it's only in the spring where we can collect the seaweed, so in the summer, fall, and winter, we won't be able to do it anymore until we cycle back to spring. We might as well fish at the beach, since we're going to be here. Because we need to do some, like I said, we need to do some freshwater fishing and some saltwater fishing both. Oh my goodness, 73 centimeters, that's not bad. Okay, we'll just wait till tomorrow to ship everything, because it's already 5 o'clock, so he won't come back until tomorrow at 5 p.m. Alright, let's see. Assets. Yes! We made it, boys. It's time to get the bridge built. Morning. Build. Oh, okay, so we can do both of them now. But we're gonna do the bridge first. We'll do this next. Oh crap, it's Friday. Yeah, I need more chocolate, but Chen's place is closed on Fridays. Yep, record breaking. Oh wow, okay. My fullness. Yeah, I'm gonna end this in a few minutes. I didn't want to at least play through tomorrow. If I still have time. Because I don't know if Ethan is still planning on doing a premiere today. He hasn't, because he usually lets me know, but he hasn't let me know yet. But, you know, I'm paranoid about my fullness, so I'm gonna go to bed and get stocked up on chocolate. It's getting pretty late anyway, so yeah. Once we get the cafe and the diner, and I can learn how I can, you know, start making my own food and stuff, we won't have to be so reliant on chocolate. And it'll actually save us money. But for now, we're just gonna kind of have to rough it. Alright, see ya. I don't know when we're gonna unlock Denny and Lana, but hopefully soon. I mean, I like chocolate, but I couldn't imagine, like, literally living off of it. The only thing I eat being chocolate. Ugh. Now that just sounds excessive. Now let's check out the meadow. Harvest Sprite of the Meadow. Callan. Yep, in case we have to trigger the event, the Harvest Sprite event. Yep. And yeah, not really much to call home about. It's just like a big wide open space for events like Callan said. Alright, now I usually, you know, go to bed and then, you know, save and then end it off, but we're gonna end it off in the middle of the day and we'll continue Spring 28 Year 1 in the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you guys later. Hold on.